Welcome back to the podcast and welcome to today's episode. Today, I welcome Darius to the show where we're going to be working through a goal of Darius's and getting some clear actions in place for him by the end of the session. So, welcome to the show, Darius. Thanks for coming.
Wow. Yes, fantastic. I'm looking forward. I'm really excited about this.
Absolutely. We were having a pre-conversation before we started recording, and yeah, I know he's up to many good things, so great things. So excited for this conversation in this session. So, just a quick introduction to Darius and the listener about this session. So, what we're going to be doing in this coaching session is really looking at what you want, Darius, in terms of where you want to go, what is the focus here, getting clear on that, looking at actually maybe what are some of the things that are in the way, how can you move through it. We're then going to be actually looking at some actions by the end of this, like I said. To note, as I'm sure you're aware, this isn't therapy. We're not diving too much into the past and going through that cycle. It's just coaching. Really, I may offer you some insights when we get into looking at some action steps alongside you. But what we're really going to do is get crystal clear before that. And if there's a point I feel like we're going off tangent, I may interrupt you a little bit just so we get
Okay.
back on track. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. Because I might talk a lot, so yeah, just feel free to stop me.
Great. No, it's always great to just check permission on that one. And you're happy with this being a podcast recording as well?
Absolutely, yeah.
Phenomenal. Cool. So, Darius, let's dive in. How are you doing today, first of all?
I'm great, thank you. Yes, been doing all right. Busy with the content. I am a content creator, as you can see by the merch. I'm a tech creator, YouTuber. So yes.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a busy man. Lots going on. But you got a smile on your face, so I'm guessing there's some part of that you're enjoying, or a lot of that
Yes, you
you're
see,
enjoying.
yeah. I think, when you're passionate about something,
Mm,
it's great because I love what I'm doing. However, the only struggle is the money that is not consistent, and sometimes it's great, sometimes it isn't, and it's really hard to get this together along with the family. Having three children, two
mm,
dogs, wife who also has a business, and I'm always trying to help. So it's a very challenging. Also, like I'm from Poland, live in the UK. I don't have any family around here, so like it is struggling sometimes. Like really, when the things go bad with the kids, and then I cannot catch up with the work, and then the wife's got some challenging stuff going in her business. So
mm,
yeah, but I'm trying my best, and always try to find the ways, and it's been working fine. So yeah.
mm. Loving that, loving that. Well, I'm loving the attitude, but yeah, we'll maybe touch in on some of those things you talked about there today. So by the end of the session, what would your focus? What would you like your focus to be today in today's session?
You see, because I think because I've been working on myself, so I think I've got an idea where is the problem. I think it's the beliefs about the money from the childhood because I coming from like poor family, then the parents been working families, like like so. All I remember, the money's always been struggle.
Mm,
So maybe this is something that I mean, been trying like meditating, manifestating. Like honestly, I've been trying to do a lot of things, like writing things down, and things work for some period of time, and then they don't. So I need that consistency so I can actually enjoy what I'm doing and don't really worry about the money. Because as I
mm,
said, I love what I'm doing, but passion will not pay me the bills.
mm. I've got you. So, in terms of what do you want? What was you said obviously you'd like to work on like some beliefs. You feel like you know some of the things to do. What is it you want overall? Is it just making more money off of the podcast, off of the YouTube?
Yeah, and it's the balance as well because I feel like I sacrifice my family because the goal was to work less and do what I'm doing now and then more, but it's actually not as I was expecting. I am actually doing a lot more, but I'm not getting back in return as I was hoping because I know all the YouTubers like because I remember when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I thought, wow, I'm going to be making thousands. It's going to be amazing. Now I'm nearly 100K and I'm still not making that kind of money I was hoping for. So Yeah, like because my main stream of income is through sponsorship. AdSense is just a small part. So the big deal is to get sponsored videos like integration or dedicated videos. And I get loads of emails, but most of the companies say, no, we just want to give you a product,
Mm.
and that's it. You know,
Okay, I've got you. Okay, so there's a few things like potentially going on that could maximize a little bit. But ultimately, if we come back to the goal, just so I'm clear on where you want to go, it's always important we get very, very clear on where we want to go. And you may know this, I'm just kind of like asking.
yeah.
The ultimately, um, what would like ideal look for you in terms of have you got an idea in terms of the income? Maybe you don't need to share that out loud, but have you got an idea what you need in terms of income and the amount of hours that you'd ideally like want to be working each week?
Okay, see, that's another thing that because I never had like a clear number. Like I was writing things down, but like I think I always being like undervalue myself. Like when I like company was reaching out to me and I was like, oh, maybe I've asked too much, maybe I should like,
Mm,
and then thinking, oh, who's gonna pay me? Like, why would they pay me that much? I'm not worth like so. I think that's something I know that I need to work on, but I don't really know how and how to negotiate, how to value myself a lot higher. So like, yeah, like basically like if like I was thinking like if I get like 3, 4 thousand pounds a month, I'm not like I was always say like I'm not greedy, but I'm thinking why am I limiting myself? Of course I can like why wouldn't I want 10 grand? I even downloaded recently an app, Money Magic, and there's like you get free checks. I'm not sure if you heard of this. Branda, what was her name? Branda. Yeah, she's a great podcaster, and she wrote a book about money. And then she like said, I think she created that app that you literally put like a fake check account, like fake checks, and you spend it every day just to get used to it. And I remember like first couple of £100, I was like spend it quite easily, but then when I got like bigger numbers like 10,000, 100,000, I'm like what I'm going to spend it on. Like I can't even imagine spending this money. And I'm thinking, what about in the real life? That's going to be impossible. If I can't even spend that money, that isn't real. Do you know what I mean?
mm. Okay, so you touched on you've been making, 3, 4 thousand, and then you feel, and that's in pounds, not dollars, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
pounds. Yeah.
yeah, 3 or 4 thousand pounds a month, and you feel like limiting. There's like ten £10,000 have you a month? Is that something you've achieved before?
No. So
Nice.
like when I think like 3,500, 4,000 pounds, it was like 1 or 2 months last year. Then I was getting, and I thought, wow, if I can get this, then I can quit my job, and that's what I decided. And then suddenly, like January, February, it was literally £500.
Okay.
So it's like pretty much nothing, just the AdSense, which is yeah, not a lot.
Okay. So what's like something you feel would be like an exciting first target for you?
I think if we can get like that 3,500, £4,000 like a baseline consistently, and then anything more than that, that would be like a bonus. So yeah,
Okay, so if you were aiming for like £4,000 a month consistently,
yeah.
you okay. And in terms of the hours, what would your ideal, have you got an idea of what your ideal like sort of working hours or pattern would be?
So basically, I'm trying to make 2 videos a week, trying to post Tuesday and Friday. But again, like my work schedule, like some videos sometimes take a little bit longer than the other. So I'm working a lot of hours. Uh, let's say today, like probably 6 hours today. Like average, I'm trying, yeah, like probably about 5, 6 hours a day,
Hmm.
including weekends as well. I'm trying to do less because I want to spend time with the family, and the kids complaining like that. Now you want to do YouTube so we can spend more time with us. But I'm thinking on the top of my head, I need to make money. Like if I can't make money, how are we going to pay the mortgage? And I start to like really get stressed about it.
Hmm. Okay, so like you're wanting to, I mean, in terms of if you were making £4,000 a month, what would your ideal amount of hours be that you'd need to work to give time for the kids as well?
Let's say 20 hours a week.
Okay, so you'd like to get to like 20 hours a week sort of working pattern, give or take, of course, and
Yeah,
get
yeah,
something
yeah.
yeah, around that. But at the moment, you're spending like around 40. Is that right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And daily, like weekends as well.
Yeah, and listen, because I'm making like smartphone camera comparison videos, so like I work at night as well to make my like night shots. So wife goes to sleep after watching Netflix because I still want to spend the time with the wife. Like 12 p.m. at night, I'm going town for 2 hours to record my content, like
Of
twice a week.
course. Okay. So, okay, a bit more clear. So we talked about wanting to get towards 20 hours and £4,000 like per month and then hitting that like consistently.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you touched on earlier in our conversation that you feel like you know what to do, but it's just some of the beliefs.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because I know a lot of YouTube. I getting the views. I'm getting the emails about sponsors, but then for some reason, uh, it's just not. I'm not getting the money that I was hoping for.
Hmm. Okay. And is that going back to that? Is that because you're not asking for enough, or is that because
I've tried different things, so that's what I'm like literally stuck because I know I was getting for £4,000 a month. So I'm thinking, am I doing something wrong? But then after working through my beliefs and working on myself, even though I'm saying to myself that I can make it, but then like deep down inside me, it's not. It's just I'm faking it, but it's I actually inside me I feel like I don't deserve because like why would I need that much money or like I don't know. I had to like my because my brother he's like very spiritual now, and then he did like what's he's like some kind of therapy. Okay, I can't remember the top of my head, but it's more like with energy. It has a lot to do with
mm,
energy. And then we had a discussion, and I got back to my childhood, and then realized like I felt like a lot worse than other kids because we didn't have the money, and I feel like ashamed. And then I was trying to work it out, like how I can get rid of this. Like the money is actually good. If I have a money, then I can help other people. Like I've got so many creative ideas how I can use that money. And on the other side, then I spoke to him and I realized that I always think that rich people are greedy because they always want more, and I'm not greedy. I don't. As I always said, like I'm not greedy. Just I need that £4,000 a month, and I'm happy. But again, I'm thinking, why am I limiting myself? So I'm just going back to that again, that I
mm,
just don't want to have more because for some reason, I don't know, I just don't feel like I deserve it.
mm, okay. So you feel like, what do you feel like you would do differently if you didn't have these limiting beliefs that you mentioned?
I don't know. You know,
Mm,
I'm trying to realize and like find a way or like be clear in what I'm doing. And like, I still think I'm like quite a lot confused and I'm trying to find the path, the way, because I'm still like floating around trying to work it out, but I just don't have like a pathway.
mm. Okay. So you like when you say a pathway, do you mean a pathway in terms of like the strategy of making the money or the
That's not
pathway in
making the money.
terms of
It's in
or
my
in
beliefs,
terms
maybe like something in my head. I
path
think
a
it's more,
pathway, yeah.
yeah,
A pathway with your beliefs. Okay, just
yeah, yeah.
understanding because there's two sides. Okay. Do you feel like you would come up with more sort of what I'm just trying to at is like you there may be something you know what to do right now, but you're holding yourself back, but you don't think that's the case.
No, that's he said. I don't know. That's the trouble. Like I
Mm.
wish I knew, and I can
Not
take steps.
consciously.
And
Okay.
yeah,
There's not
it's probably subconscious because like my body's conditions. Like when I speak some like to
okay.
my wife, sometimes I notice that my body like get tightened when I like, but I don't know why. Like
Not conscious. Okay, so not
yeah,
consciously you're avoiding something. It's not like
mm,
you're because what I'm hearing is you have been like having conversations with sponsors and stuff like that. Like, yeah, maybe you're not. There's subconsciously something else you could do differently, but it sounds like there are some things consciously. It's just you feel like if you look at these beliefs a little bit more, that might open up more opportunities for you and ideas,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And I don't
makes
know why. Maybe it's the way I speak to the people. Maybe it's the way I like about my beliefs. I don't know.
okay. And have you, in terms of like learning, have you? I know we were talking before this recording started, but have you had like mentors on? Tell me about your
Uh,
mentors with like the strategy if you've had.
I mean, I had some like yeah, some mentors like the guy, like the people from like YouTube perspective. Like they gave me like more clear goals, like help me with understanding what I can do better with my YouTube kind of a side. But I didn't have a mentor in terms of sponsored and like how to speak to people. I tend to use like ChatGPT to, again, because English is my second language, so I'm trying to, make those emails be more professional. And because my grammar might not be as perfect, just trying to get as many prompts to help me with those deals. But like I can see other people like they are even smaller size than me and making way more money and way less work because I'm really, pushing a lot of content, but not actually getting, in return the money I'm hoping for.
Mm, okay. And with you mentioned before you've got communities as well, a local community where you share some ideas.
So we've got so I've been added because I'm like from about well, last year's been like a big one. I've been invited to different events. So while the smartphone launches, for example, there's always a big one in Barcelona, World Mobile Congress. So I've been going to that event for the last 3 years, and that's
Mm,
where I met all the bigger YouTubers, the guys with like million views. So I always try to talk to them, ask for some advice, tips, and stuff like that. So from in terms of like what they told me, I'm doing what I know that I could do, but it's like, so I'll give you an example. Let's say I had company reaching out and we agreed on, let's say, integration, 30 or 40 seconds integration about the product. They send me contract, we sign it, and they never go back to me. And I'll keep following up, and I realize it's been like 2 months and we never agreed on, like we agreed on the deal. Like we signed a contract and they literally just stopped replying to me.
disappeared. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, how is this even possible? Like, am I like, yeah,
Mm. What do you mean? How's this possible?
I don't know, maybe because of my like the beliefs or like, because I know there's a lot of in the head, like, what's the word? Sorry, because again, like, it's my second language, I'm trying to find the right words about, I wish I had, I can't think of the top of my head. So what I mean by is, um, if you think about something, you get that straight away. So let's say if I think, oh, I'm broke, I don't have the money, then
Mm,
something will happen in the life. It will make my beliefs come true, if you know what I mean. Like, and I noticed like it's like, oh, I'm saving the money because just in case if my car broke and the next week the car broke down because I literally said it. So the universe will give me what I wanted.
mm, got you.
So if I don't believe about the deal, even though we signed the contract because of my subconscious mind and beliefs, the universe will do everything to stop the deal happening because I don't know. This is
Mm,
that's what I was thinking recently. Like how is this happening?
mm, got you. Okay. Do you feel like there's any like more exposure to people like with the strategy side that you'd like to explore?
No, I don't think so. No, no, because
Okay.
in terms of like all that, like yeah, there's the YouTube side. I
Okay.
know it exactly. I actually been helping other people in terms of like
Mm,
stuff, but it's just the specific towards the money, like the deals, the
mm,
sponsored, like
yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. It's quite a lot of what I've learned from my experience from learning from like Tony Robbins, people like that, and I'm a coach here. I'm not like a mentor as I said, on YouTube or anything like that, but just what I've learned in my own experience and coaching people in my own space is often we're very driven by our psychology, but there can be also things in the strategy that we can do. But it sounds like what we talked about is like really we want to focus on some of those that psychology and what's going around at the moment in terms of in the mind. So in terms of that, tell me what you've looked at doing in terms of working on that kind of mindset.
So I've been listening to meditations, manifestations, like trying to put the earbuds and listen to those positive, like mindset kind of stuff. So literally to get the
Hmm.
subconscious mind changed and think the money's coming to me from everywhere, like I deserve the money and stuff like that. Like I've been writing like my goals down and writing things that actually happened. So like recently I've been writing in a diary, like be grateful, say thank you, thank you, thank you that I'm getting, £10,000 per month from, but it doesn't seems to be working. I know it takes time and but yeah.
Mm. And have you been like where did you get those ideas from in terms of the things you've been implementing?
Mainly YouTube, like different podcasts, different people, and yeah, yeah, YouTube is like 100% like people that I found on YouTube.
Okay, so kind of like a variety of like different sources you've used.
Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of like, have you explored any possible like mentorships in terms of wealth psychology or anything like that, or groups?
No,
No. Okay. There wasn't anyone who kind of like stuck out to you in particular.
not really, no. But
Yeah.
again, it's the thing behind because I know that I have to pay for the training, for the
Sure.
courses. Like I know that I don't have the money at the moment, so I'm not even going that far because I know that I would love to learn from someone who gone through that and then can give me all the information. Great, but nobody wants to pay, and I understand, like,
Sure.
nobody's going to work for free. So I'm at the moment, like this month, I didn't make any money.
Mm, sure. Yeah,
So,
I hear you.
so like literally, I just finished video today, which I sent to the company to reviewer, for £1,300. So they said they don't like in the contract, I'm just going to get the money 7 days after I publish the video, which means I'll get the money by the end of the month. So like today, I'm like minus £300 on my, bank
Got you.
account.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've got you. Yeah. Have you just wondered, have you explored any like books and the exercises in books in terms of wealth psychology?
Uh, Not really. No, I mean, because I've been listening more like podcast books. So this is the one that I found it really fascinating. Like I need to, sorry, if I go, what's the name? Like, the magic. So I've been following the steps. Sorry, let me quickly find it. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm. And me and my wife actually watched the documentary about this, and I found it really interesting. And it's been all about the mindset, money magic. Oh, I'll be able to tell you exactly. Oh gosh, sorry, where is it? Secret. Ah, there we are. The secret.
Mm. I was intrigued as to that might be the one you meant. I was just waiting for it. The Secret.
Yeah, it's the secret. Do you know the yeah? What's the lady called? The
Rhonda
secret.
Byrne or something?
There we are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one. Yes. So I found it like really interesting and the steps I've been taking. There was like, yeah, but then I stopped for a bit because I didn't see any progress. And then, when the deals didn't come in, so I focused more on working more, like making more videos because the the only way I can make more money is through the AdSense. So I thought this is the only way I've got control over it. So I'm making more videos. So at least I get the ads revenue a little bit higher.
Mm. Okay, so you did a little bit of that book,
Yeah.
and just looked at the results. Okay.
Yeah, I think I got to like yeah, like for a month, like 30 days or something.
Okay. And what was the challenge? Is it to do it for like longer?
It is, I think it was a longer, yeah, yeah, yeah. 60 or 90 days, I believe.
Okay. I've got you. So what I'm thinking, if you'd like be open to it, is if we could think of maybe a few books or resources. Again, it's not about like you said, it's not about investing heavy right now into anything like a program
Yeah,
or a mentor. Obviously, as you know, the more you more likely to get like quicker results if you got a direct mentor who has like a wealth
of
psychology,
course.
or
Yeah,
if I wanted to go to learn from you on YouTube, obviously that would get me quicker, but you would like charge
yeah,
me more, or anyone, as you're aware of that. But there's always the opportunity to use other resources like books, like or like small paid courses, all those kind of things. So for you, how would you feel about like committing to a particular book, whether it might be The Secret, whether it might be something another kind of book?
yeah, yeah. I'd be happy to do it. Yeah, yeah. I've got nothing to lose, so I've got still a bit of time. Like, so when I like taking dogs for a walk, I always trying to listen to something to inspire myself, or like, I don't waste my time like people scrolling. Like, I either work or spend time with the family, or like walk my dogs, or like evenings just watching Netflix with the wife. Like, I don't really have friends. I literally just work and the family. That's it.
Mm, okay, okay. So you've got some spare time to sort of like read some books and do some like exercises. Um,
Yeah.
before like it's just something that may be beneficial. Before, when you were like going through it, were you like just writing like your findings as you were going through it, or you just kind of doing the 30 day? And what was the 30 day challenge? What did you have to do?
Oh gosh, because it's been about 3 months ago when I did it. I don't remember exactly, to be honest. But again, like it's another thing is the energy, like uh, what they say, like I could feel like the money's gonna come to me. Like, I even like play songs like money's coming to me like every day, but like I don't feel the money's coming to me. But back then when I was actually getting the deals, like I felt like, oh, the money's coming from the universe. Like it's just floating around my body. I could literally like kind of energy, like now I feel like it's not here, like it's gone. I don't know, it's a strange feeling. I'm not like spiritual or like, anything like this, but it was a strange feeling because I could feel like the energy, like the emails coming literally like every 5 minutes from everywhere. I was like, wow, well, this is amazing. And then suddenly, like, I got to the point like December, like not even single email for like 2 weeks. And I was like, what is happening? Like, I just
Mm,
felt like I just cut the cord from the energy. It's like, no, stop. That's it. I don't
mm.
know.
So what do you think kind of like cut the cord from the energy?
I think I've got back to the old beliefs,
Mm,
but I don't know how to get back to that track.
mm,
I don't know what I done differently. Like, again, because it's subconscious, probably like, my body just went on automatic again, like what I used to do instead of being more conscious about what I'm doing. I don't know.
mm. Okay. I've got a couple of suggestions here from what I've
I
learned
just
and what
feel like,
works for
yeah,
me.
there's like little tweaks here and there, and then I just want to get back to that track because I know I've done it before. It's possible, and it felt amazing, and it's been like the energy, like I don't know, it's strange to explain, but I
Mm,
felt the money coming to me, and I just knew it's like when you breathe in, you just like, yeah, I know I'm breathing in, so I knew the money just gonna come to me no matter what, and I was spending more, like, and now I'm like, oh no, I'm scared of spending because I'm thinking, what if I don't have enough money to pay the bills? And that's what I always been thinking. And I just don't want to be in this energy, like not having money anymore.
Okay, so let's focus on how we can get you back into that energy of money, of like feeling like the money's coming. So you kind of had like this belief of like money is coming to me.
Yeah, like I just knew it's gonna come to me, like so I was spending because I needed things. Like, the more I was spending, the more money was coming to me. But now I feel like I'm gonna spend it, I'm scared it's not going to come back to me, and then I'm going to be struggling.
Mm.
So maybe, and I thought maybe I should start spending again, but you just get that feeling like I don't know. Yeah.
But you had the belief money's coming to me. What other empowering beliefs were like powerful beliefs did you have?
I think that was just one of those ones. Like
That's
I just knew, like, yeah, it's like I know now, I love YouTube and I love this. Like, I just knew the money. Like, I just felt it. Like, it's yeah, strange feeling. I never had this before. And then
mm,
it's the feeling where you don't need to worry about the bills because I was always like, oh, are we gonna make it to the next month? Because it's always been like, and I know it's, I said to wife, even there was a time when I was making more money, there was always something, the car broke down or the roof leaked or there was something in the house that we have to spend that money.
mm,
So I was feeling like the universe was just listening to me because I was saying, oh, I just, I don't have the money. Or when I had the money, I was, oh, what if something happened? Then of course something happens.
mm. And what's the belief you have at the moment?
So now, yeah, so now my belief now is I'm worried about the money, and
Mm,
even though I'm saying I'm listening to the songs, the money's coming to me, I'm listening to the meditation, the manifestation, but inside me, there is no that energy, there is no flow, there is like I don't feel the same way I used to feel like about the money that I can spend there. Like I'm scared of spending because I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that money back.
mm. Okay, so it's like worried about the money, like it's not coming to me. That's kind of the belief at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not coming. Okay, so they're basically opposite beliefs you've got
Yeah, yeah,
essentially. So
yeah.
it's yeah, so it's essentially money's come to me. I don't need to worry about it. That's like I'm worried about and then it's we're worried about the money. It's not coming to me. Pretty much as the opposites.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm thinking now. I always been living like this, so I've conditioned myself that way, and I know I need to do something again to stop that state and just move to the other way, like the energy, the
Mm,
flow. Because I know, like like the author of the song, I mean the book said, like you spend the money, the money's gonna like the money's floating around. There's always you know rotation of the money. Like you can never have enough. There's always gonna come more. Even though I know, but inside me, like at the moment, I don't think it's possible.
okay. So at the
And that's
moment
that's the limiting belief. Yeah.
you're like you know you want to believe that the money's coming to you and you're doing some activities right, but you're just not feeling it.
Yeah, and then again, like now, because when I had more money, so I start investing, and I always wanted to. I was always scared, and then now, I don't know, sure if you're investing, like everything went down, and I'm looking at all the reds, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done? Like, and it's like, you know, that give me reinforcement, like, okay, yeah, you're doing wrong. There's something.
Mm, okay, so we just need what I'm feeling is what I'm sensing, and just tell me if this feels not the case for you, is I feel like we just need to really connect to that feeling of like certainty that money's coming, but it might just take a little bit of conditioning to do that, a little bit of practice and repetition.
Yeah, because I didn't do anything differently that I normally do with YouTube. It was just the inside me, like the feeling,
Mm,
the knowing, like and it's hard to explain because I never had that before. It's just basically like someone just went to my back and just put the switch,
mm,
and then bam, that's it. Like, I don't know how this happens. What did I do differently? Is it that book or is it like maybe I don't know?
mm. Okay, but it's about what the outcome is. We want you to get to the feeling of certainty that it's coming. Um,
Yeah,
and as you might know from the Tony Robbins world, what he always teaches, and whenever I've built like certainty in something, it's just a continuous like practice. Now it might go if we're not like conditioning it enough. It might come temporarily, it might go, but it's about the conditioning. So what if you were to practice it every single day and just like really put an intention, even if it was just for 5 minutes a few times through the day, to really embed that belief into you, not just like doing like going and doing some stuff, but actually maybe playing some music, really saying it to yourself and really making the intention to feel it. If you don't feel it, it's okay, but really that's the intention, to really, really focus on that feeling of certainty.
Yeah, but I've tried that. Like it's that's I find is the hardest to actually because I'm so busy. And I know I need to more like on my mental health. Like I've been trying to meditate,
Mm,
but my mind's just all over the place. Um, and then that's probably the hardest thing. But like you said, it's the repetition. So of course it's going to be hard for the first, second, third, fifth, tenth, and maybe after 20 or 30, if it's going to get better. You know. So I think it'll be worth just to maybe, yeah, find 2, 3 minutes a day or twice a day. So sit down. So how would you suggest then? Just sit down and think that get the emotions right, that I'm getting the money.
I would, well, this is a practice you can go through that I like to put into my body every day as well. On things I really want to be certain on, like when I'm going to go do like a presentation or something like that, is I get up and fully use the body rather than sitting down and trying to think about it. So that I get everything involved. So that I put some music, you could put some music on for yourself. You could listen to it, feel good music, so you got that feeling good with it. You could listen to it in your AirPods if you need to. Obviously, it has to be a time where you give yourself 5 minutes away from the kids and the wife and the dogs. But really listening to some music and saying what you want to believe, and then embedding that into your system as well. Now, I also believe that there's some work you may need to do to look at actually getting rid of some of the negative beliefs as well, in terms of, right, these are like this belief of worry about money. um, but when you can embed that certainty into yourself, that's going to be a real, real, real powerful practice, I believe, for you.
Mm. But that's the hardest thing is because basically, it's I need to stop faking it. I know it sounds like, but it's the emotions that goes with it, isn't it? It's not like, 'cause, but I noticed like writing it down doesn't really do much for me. I need to
Mm,
get this into my body, to my heart, because again, I'm not like emotional person. Like I don't, but it helps. I believe when I back then, I just felt in my whole body. I just felt it everywhere. Like I
mm,
just knew.
intellectually feeling, knowing something and feeling it are like different
Yeah,
as you're aware, and that's why I kind of like, I'm making a lot of money. It's not it's not really going to stick.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, feeling it into the body, because you've been in that place and just coming, if you can like anchor back in that feeling of when you actually felt it and then keep practicing that again and again,
yeah.
that's really going to help as well before you do the practice. So if you can really connect, and again, it will take a little bit of repetition, but if you can really connect with that time when you felt it through your body, when you had like a surge of energy, when maybe you had your physiology upright, and you can keep
Mm.
doing that again and again, and then connect to it, and like, pump your fist, whatever you need to do to really get it in your body.
Okay, because like even like every single night before I go to sleep, I always like put my heart, hand on my heart, and I'm trying to feel like the gratitude that because I know that helps a lot. But there's yeah, maybe there's more that I need to do with it. Yeah, because like I really want to get back to that feeling because yeah, I know it's possible.
Do you go for walks much? Like,
Yeah, I'm just taking the dogs, so I'm like 3 times a day walking the dogs.
maybe that's something you could incorporate in the dogs, as with the dogs as well, like in the walk, and then really feeling it there while you're moving.
But again, because I'm so busy, so like when I take the dogs, I tend to take because I do a lot of like smartphone camera comparisons. So even
Mm,
when I'm taking the dogs, I'm working because I don't want to waste the time. because I know I'm very limited having the kids and so I'm like always working.
Mm.
So I think finding that time for myself, I even like I noticed because I've got VRs and then I've got there's like a um, meditation like virtual reality and it's so good because it's like colorful and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I like it's different for the mind. But I enjoy like doing it, like, but I didn't really see any like improvements because it's just like relaxation, nothing to do with the money.
Mm. Okay. So could you find some time in your day to like commit to the practices? I'm not talking about half an hour or 30 minutes or anything like that, but just a few
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, I have to. I need to. Yeah,
Mm.
this is definitely something I really need to start doing because I've got nothing to lose. I need to find the way that I can get myself back to that feeling again. So I think that 2 minutes. So what were you thinking? Just try to get the same feeling that I used to feel when I knew about the money that is coming to me, like visualize it, have it in my money or spending it, or like, because I've tried that, but it's like what I said, like before I go to bed, like the gratitude and think about holidays, spending nice time with the family, with the money. But then I tend to just, after a couple of minutes, just because I'm so tired, I just, go to sleep. But maybe daytime is going to be slightly different because I haven't really done that like a daytime.
Mm. Yeah, but I mean, you're priming yourself to go to kind of like sleep, and it sounds like you're tired by the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you can get like, we're looking at like 2 to 5 minutes, and what you're really looking for is a connection with your body. So just like closing your eyes, seeing those moments, hearing those moments, kind of the sounds amongst you, and actually feeling what was going on in your body when you're in those states of certainty of like money's coming to me as a warm up, and then just writing something that you want to believe about yourself, about money, like money's coming to you. That was an example, and then just saying that to yourself while you're listening to some music, but focus on the
Okay.
feeling.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna set up the timer and then just do it every day for a week, two, three, whatever, and then hopefully I'll be able to see some results.
Mm. And what I would do, what you could, I'd also invite you to do, Darius, is maybe have like not a massive job again, but like a journal of like, oh, what's my certainty or belief in myself, whatever word you want to use, out of 10 right now on this belief. So maybe you're starting off at like a 3 out of 10 or something like that. But
Okay.
actually, am am I, if I'm honest with myself, moving up the scale at this point? Because you can track your progress as you're doing that each week and each day, actually.
Hmm. Okay. That's another good one. Yeah, yeah. Because I've got another one because like as I said with the money, like I get loads of devices when I review and I get to keep them. So when I spoke to one of my friends when we went to the Barcelona event, and he said that he's got 500,000 subscribers, so he get a lot more stuff than me. And he said he makes like 5 grand just selling those devices every month.
Mm,
And I thought, okay, that's a good idea. So I've tried to, I've got like electric bikes that I don't use. I've got some phones, and then I put it on the internet, like Facebook Marketplace, like Gumtree, like Vinted, and all the places, and it's like nothing.
mm,
Or people like offering like silly money, like like 1/3 of the price. But I was like, no, I'm not going to sell this for like £300. Uh, so I really try to use the resources that I've got to just to get that money. But maybe I don't know. It's because of I'm not in that energy of the money. Like nothing just into my favor at the moment.
mm. Have you tried another thing? Have you tried anything like connecting to the body? Like you mentioned you'd done some energy work. Was that right?
Yeah,
Yeah. How much like body work have you done in the past?
I've tried like honestly, I've tried loads of different things. Oh gosh, my brother, what did course did he do? He even tried to do like I don't know if you heard of theta healing,
No,
theta.
don't think so. No.
Um, it's like uh, and again, it's something like energy, but like I didn't feel anything like the energy going through it. And there's like different techniques that he's been trying to do on me, but it just didn't seems to be working. But again, maybe because of the beliefs, or maybe I wasn't ready for like I believe like sometimes you need to be ready for certain things in your life. So maybe that was just not for me.
Mm.
But as you said before, like you said that you if you can recommend another book that you think would be, I mean, probably podcast because I've got like the Audible subscription, so I
Audible.
can
Yeah.
so I'll be quite happy to get just another uh while I'm walking the dogs and staying around just to listen to it and do some exercises with it.
Mm. Have you explored ChatGPT with asking ChatGPT like what books it might recommend?
No, actually, that's a good point. So I've tried to explore like different things, like the YouTube thing is brilliant. I even, investing things like, but I never actually thought about it. Okay. Yeah, she probably got so much data from, me. That's a good point, actually. I'll try it. Yeah. And then just guide what we just discussed really and see what it's good. So, yeah, using AI these days, if you know how to use it, we can get some pretty good results. So, yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See maybe what books it recommends or audibles it
Mm,
recommends in terms of the
yeah.
best books.
And then what I've experienced and yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so maybe that's an actionable. Scheduling in your certainty, creating yourself a
Daily. Yeah,
daily. Yeah, going to recommend 3 times, but if you can do it twice, that's still fine.
even
It's
better.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then getting that in and then really feeling how you're feeling, finding a statement for yourself. Like money comes to me easily, just thinking of those words. So it's not just the words though, it's the feeling, of course,
The
getting
feeling.
into your system as well. And yeah, using the book, like whatever you listen to, you can role model someone else who there's a few good books out there, but ChatGPT can help you with that.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm going to explore for sure. That actually tonight, yeah, when we're going to finish. Well, actually, no, I don't know if you watched it. There's a good series on Netflix. Like my wife's been watching about the kids. Oh, what was it called? Like everyone's talking about this series now. The kid just killed a friend, like a 13-year-old in high school, and is like having the kids. Like there's like a really good story behind it. I only watched 2 episodes. There's two more. Apparently, it gets like really really emotional and stuff. So that was the plan for me to watch this tonight. So yeah.
Okay, so you watch that, and then uh, when do you feel like you're going to use ChatGPT to
Oh, it's
help you
tomorrow or maybe even
tomorrow?
tonight. Like I tend to go like 12 p.m. to bed. So yeah.
Okay, so that's something tonight to look up some books, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, and then possibly get one, and then tomorrow, do you feel like you can commit and then start journaling your results from
Yes, but
certainty?
you see, I need to definitely set alarm on my like Alexa or put on my Google Calendar and just get alarm because if I don't, I know I'll be busy working or doing other things and I'm just gonna forget. So I have to have like a scheduled time, otherwise it's just not gonna work. So
Mm,
I'm gonna do that when we finish and just put like a 10 a.m. and just know that this is just time for me.
good idea. So, yeah, scheduling the alarm for those
Yeah,
reminders. Always a
yeah.
very simple, effective way to do things. Love it, Darius. So it sounds like you've got a couple of actions, and I'm sure some more will fall out of your Audible listening as well.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it was really good. So I've got some insights. I know what I need to work on, so I really appreciate your time.
I know. Well done for being resourceful and thinking on the spot as well in terms of what you can do. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that concludes our episode for today. And remember to leave with your heart and not with fear.